with RJ Keisha. So excited to be sitting here chatting with you and sharing about this concept of mind your health, staying well. When you have heard the words mind your language or mind your own business or mind the class, what really came to mind? You think about, well, mind your language, watch what you're saying, be aware of what you're saying, mind your own business. Make sure that you're looking after your own walk, your own way of life, your own business. Mind the class, you're in charge. Make sure that everything is happening according to the rules of the class. Well, mind your health. Kickstarting today our very first episode where we are saying you're in charge. Mind your health. Make sure that you are aware of what you're doing. Small snippets, nuggets, bites of wellness with many, many different amazing guests. I'm waiting to introduce them to you, but right here, our very first guest today is someone that you're going to enjoy meeting. Welcome to Mind Your Health. Stay well is what we're talking about. And today on Mind Your Health, where we're actually talking about you moving into a space of being more mindful of what you really want to do and how you want to move forward. Being aware of at least a couple of moments in your day. We've got with us somebody who you can see has a beautiful smile, but I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to a sought after, much sought after life coach, somebody who is a very interactive law of attraction teacher because she has um, a beautiful, beautiful WhatsApp group where she's constantly interacting with many, I think it's in the hundreds of people. It's a full group. She's got another group online, and she's also a poet. So it's wonderful to welcome Nita Sundararaju onto our show today. This is Mind Your Health, and it is our very first episode. I'm super excited. I'm Keisha Lobo and a radio jockey. I'm sure you've heard me, but it's time now to see me and see some very special guests. The first one being Nita Sundararaju. Welcome, Nita.
Thank you so much, Keisha. I'm so glad that you chose me to be the first one on your show. This is something I think, I've really been looking forward to because you deserve to have a show of your own. So,
well, well,
yeah,
Nita,
and I'm really
looking.
happy to be here.
Thank you. I'm gonna go blush, blush, blush in a little while because our shows are gonna be nuggets of and tiny bites of just being well and wellness, and we're gonna get different experts to come into the space and share, right? So today, as the expert on law of attraction, I know that you're always talking about, and whenever I've heard what you have to say in the past couple of days and months and years, it's got a positive aspect to it. So tell us a little bit about law of attraction, and then we'll move into what we can take into our home space right now.
Okay. So, in very simple terms, law of attraction is just, like attracts like, which means uh, birds of a feather flock together. You know, it's just things that are of the same energy and same frequency will always draw themselves to each other. That is what law of attraction is. And how it is relevant to us is what will make all the difference in the coming days also, is that how can we use this knowledge to our advantage in our everyday life, especially now considering that things have changed so drastically, and it becomes a little difficult for most people to be positive in times like this, when there's so much fear, there's so much anxiety. So how can we then be positive and be happy in a time like this? This is when we can really put our knowledge of the law of attraction to good use.
Okay. So what is going to be our knowledge right now for somebody who's maybe just starting out law of attraction?
what can you tell them to take small baby steps and something that they can use right now at home, and maybe even include loved ones around to join them?
So the most common belief about the law of attraction is that you can use it to manifest what you want in your life, right? And of course, I mean, everyone wants that. We all want what we want in our lives, right? And what is it? I mean, Keisha, what is the one thing that you would say you really want in your life? Let it be a material thing.
uh I want a huge farmhouse with lots of open space around, and
Hmm.
minimalistic furniture. So I'm gonna
Okay.
work. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
manifest that.
How cool is that? So you tell me,
And a
why
yellow
why
wall,
do you
and a yellow
want?
wall, just like the one behind you.
Oh yeah, the bright and sunny days.
Yes.
So, so 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 tell me now, uh, why do you want this farmhouse and the land around it? Is Would you say, if I had to ask you one simple question, would you say that having it would make you happy?
It would definitely make me happy, but it would also fill me with a feeling of space, which right now at this time is not really there. So maybe that vision and that want came about because I'm craving more space.
You're craving openness. You're craving
Yes,
freedom, right?
yes,
Yeah, yeah. So everything that we want because we want what it feels like. So and then the law of attraction tells us that like attracts like, right? So if we
yes.
feel like what we want to feel like, everything that is going to make us feel like that can come to us. So if you want that sense of freedom through your farmhouse, find a way to feel that freedom now, and the farmhouse has to come.
Amazing. So when I look out of my window now, the
Hmm.
skies are definitely looking bluer.
Hmm.
There are so many more birds and bird sounds around. I'm not going to look at the grills on my window. I'm going to
Hmm.
go all the way to the window and look at the space between the grills. What say? So I look straight out at
Lovely.
openness.
Absolutely. And can you also look at things that are happening inside your house and see how much freedom you have to do those things?
Yes.
You
So
have freedom
work
to
on
spend
that
time with your
feeling.
family, which wasn't there earlier, right? And there's so much more. You have freedom to run the house the way you want rather than depend on the servants to do it. So yeah, there's so much freedom available if you look for it.
So one point of view could be perspective, right? That somebody would say this
Yes,
is
it
the way
is.
you're looking at it. So law of attraction is changing the way you're looking at something, but focusing on the end feeling that you want, not the end
Yes,
materialistic thing. I
yes.
love it. I love it. Okay, so I'm taking that back from our chat today for sure on Mind Your
Hmm.
Health. Uh,
Hmm.
is there anything else that we could look at that could enhance this journey a little bit more about moving towards your feelings?
Always
And
look for the positives in your situation. If you can look for the positive aspects of your situation right now, and because when you look at the positives of anything, it feels good to you. You feel nice. You feel good. You feel happier than you did if you didn't look at the positive aspects. So the moment you start looking at positive aspects, you start feeling better, and the better you feel, the more your experiences around you make you feel better. So you want to do that. You want to constantly feel good. That's the ultimate aim anyways. So why not start with that? So
okay,
let's,
and
Keisha, why don't we do that right now? Let's each of us say one point alternatively to help us and everyone else who's watching feel good.
okay, I'm enjoying smiling right now. I'm looking at your smile and I'm kind of mirroring it. So I'm hoping everybody else who's looking at us right now is also smiling.
I hope so. Um, yeah, that's nice. Being able to smile through all of this, right? And yeah, so I'm loving the time at home with my family. I just love the fact that my family is with me at all times. That's my favorite part of this lockdown.
Same here, same here. I'm completely echoing that. Having Jolvin to be present when we're, maybe, he's got office calls, but having even those 10-minute gaps of being able to play a game of Uno or Scrabble, and having access to him and Lachelle at the same time. And also, I'm incredibly grateful and appreciative of the fact that I have so much of space in my home right now. See, I didn't
Right.
even realize I said
Yeah. You got it.
it. Wow.
That
Wow.
farmhouse is coming.
It is. It is. Oh, lovely. Well, Nita, let's close the positive aspects with you calling out one more.
Okay. Um, I am actually loving the fact that, I've realized, how important the basics are. When, we've always been focusing on, wanting this and that. And, and when something like this happens and nothing is available, the luxuries really don't matter. It's just the basics that do. So,
Yes.
yeah. And I really appreciate that. I really appreciate knowing that for now. Yes.
It's like, for the longest time, I I felt overstimulated by how much the world was offering us. And there was this feeling of missing out. But everybody's in exactly the same space. So there is no missing out. And because you're in
Yes.
the same space, you get to create your own present and create your own joy and create your own moments of being mindful and aware. Anita, this time with you has been tremendously special. As I'm going to say bye on that note, but I know you're going to come back on our show, right?
Yes, of course I will.
Yes. Okay. So
I'm looking
so
forward to that. Yes.
okay. So mind your health, stay well, and we're going to hold on to this smile for 60 seconds even after we close this conversation.
Thank you so much, Kisha. It's such a
Thank you.
pleasure.
Thank you for joining me, my very first guest, and woo, I'm excited. Thanks, Nita. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us in the very first episode of Mind Your Health, Staying Well. And I hope that you and all your loved ones are staying well, are staying occupied, are staying together, are enjoying this time and making the most of this time that you have together as a family, and making sure that you are minding your health. Now, if you have any suggestions, topics that we should cover, guests who should get featured on Mind Your Health, please go ahead and let us know in the comments below. And of course, share, like, and subscribe. Mind Your Health, Staying Well with RJ Keisha.